Hey guys, welcome back to another testing video. Today we are going to run something I'm pretty excited about. I built this, I used the strategy builder in the software because I thought it was a solid and resilient system. So I had to put it against real live spin data. So I built it and we're going to run a test today and see how it performs in the long run. Now, if you're seeing this video for the first time and haven't seen me do the test video on my previous channel, my other channel, the link will be down in the description below if you want to check that out. And of course, we have that 30-day special running right now. Actually, it's not 30 days, it's down to 20 days. There's 20 days left. So if you want to jump in, you want to be a part of this, you like to test before you invest, before you use your actual real hard earned money, this is the place for you. Link will be in the description down below with more information on that. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I do not remember, I didn't write down where I found this from. I apologize. I'm not trying to take credit. So if you guys recognize this, just let me know and I could pin a comment and give the credit where it's due. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm calling this sliding dozens. I feel like that's the name of it, but not entirely sure. It makes sense once we get into it. So let's set everything up. All right, so we got our file uploaded. We're starting with a $2,000 bankroll. From what I remember, that's what it was set at. I think that's a little high for this one, but maybe not. Who knows? We're going to find out. This one's sliding dozens. You could see VSB right there. I have sliding dozens. I'm going to follow the same unit size that I seen it used with, and that's $10. So we're going to use $10 chips. We're going to play on the dozens. And I will keep the visuals on so you guys could watch. Oh, let me switch it on. Sorry, I had the visuals off. I'm going to keep the visuals on for this test, okay? So you can see the bet placement. And if you're seeing this strategy for the first time, basically you're starting with your first and second dozen. And then if you lose, you switch to the third dozen. And it's basically a ladder. It's very simple to follow. All you really need to do is on losses, you're increasing the unit size, okay? So you start at the first and second dozen, like right here, we're on a win streak. So you just stay there on hits. A loss, you're going to shift to the third dozen, increase 1 unit. If you lose again from that point, you shift back on over to the 2 dozens and you increase both of those bets, also up 1 unit. Now, I mentioned that because the original was increasing by 2 units. And I thought that was a little aggressive. And with this much coverage, I don't think you really need a whole lot of laddering up. So I made it very simple and I just condensed that down. And I'm simply going up 1 unit on losses and following the pattern. The pattern is basically going from 2 double streets or 2 dozens. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. 2 doubles. I almost said it again. 2 dozens to that third dozen on loss, and then on a loss you keep switching back and forth. So the nemesis with this is really a chop between the first 2 dozens and that third dozen. That's really what's going to hurt you. Any win, you simply hold your bet, and you can choose to cycle through. You can and reset once you get a single win, because you can see you'll accumulate quite a bit of wins at base. And you can see right now we're up $50. We reset a new session high. Session profits at 750, 770 right now. I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet and then speed up the rest of this video and we'll catch up. We'll grade this at the end. We'll talk about it and see how it performs. I'm gonna give this a solid 500 spins and we'll see how it performs. We'll catch up to you soon. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up the test that hit the 500 spin mark and did not bust. Now, there was a couple key takeaways while I was watching this, and initially we only went minus $10 into our bankroll and capped out, and we peaked at a little over $1,000 at the 190 spin mark. And then it cycled through, and you've seen it started dipping down. Now, although it didn't bust, it did dip down, and so I got the down draw. Watch. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. So we did drop down a little bit, but then it cycled back up again and ended up with a high profit. So again, process the 500 spins. Let's go ahead and looks like we got so $2,040 was our high, and our session low was 760. We basically used we went minus $1,240 into our bankroll. Again, starting at that $2,000 bankroll, you can see right there the wins 306 to 193. So right here, that's the win percentage of 63%, which most of the time. So I'm going to show you something real quick, but before I get to that, most of the time with 24 numbers coverage, that's about the average hit rate. So we did that win percentage is at 63%. We started with a $2,000 bankroll. That bankroll, we doubled. And I know it took 500 spins, but we got about half of that bankroll within 190 spins. Okay. So that put the ROI at 101%. And I do want to show you this real quick, right? So this is the progression I have in here. So what I noticed is, so we're playing with $10 unit sizes. The bets didn't go past 280. So if there's not 29 and so forth, if I don't add any more in here, it's basically going to keep that. It's going to reset, if that makes sense. So what it did is, as it was trying to chase the wins, right? Once it got to a $280 bet, it just started all over and went to a $10 bet, starting back at that 1 and then 2 units and 3 units, so forth. So with that being said, I think you could probably make it a little bit safer if you drop back these levels. Maybe you only want it to cycle up 10, right? If you have it cycling 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10, that might be a added safety measure. That's what makes it so powerful about using this software, is because you could adjust any progression. You could keep it at a flat bet. Try that out. You could try different martingales, Fibonacci sequence, Padavon sequences, custom Karsh sequences. You could put all that in here, and it's going to follow suit. And what I have loaded up, it's all real casino spin data. Okay, and that's the reason what makes it so powerful. As you can see in the background, this is our newest feature, the strategy builder. You can build any strategy you want, just like I'm showcasing right here. Right. So I found that one on YouTube. I played around with it, looked really good. I showed the demo on the other channel, and then now I get to use it and really kind of run some deep analysis without sitting there for hours on the simulator app, right? That way I could understand and get to know this strategy. Because if, like, for instance, I do like this strategy, I plan on using it. I'm gonna play around with some adjustments and see if that's the right setup. You know, I might switch up the progression to go up 2, down 1. I could change this to maybe, you know, increasing after every 2 losses instead of every loss increasing. You know, all these are configurables that you can change yourself, customize yourself, spin it, check, and then test it, and see how it performs against real casino spin data. Okay. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this. I thought this one, you know, panned out well, and it showed a pretty high resiliency. And although we had a $2,000 bankroll, if you wanted to make that even more safer, dropping that, you know, $5 unit sizes might be better. You know, of course, you could adjust the unit size to whatever you want. I could do the same thing with the strategy. And again, we have that 30-day special, which is now down to 20 days. There's only 20 days left, guys. So if you're interested in that and you want to learn more, the link will be in the description down below. Okay. And so with that being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys have any suggestions, if you find a great strategy out there, I could build it for you. I could showcase this and we could run it against real spend data to see what it will do over the long run. Okay. And so let me know if you guys have any suggestions. And of course, till next time, guys, be cool, stay cool. Peace.